So, good morning, guys. Konnichiwa. Bonjour. Buenos dias. Okay, that's it. I've gone through what I've learned this week. So, welcome to our assembly for this week. Got lots of things going on. I've got shout outs. I've got some jokes and some news about what you've been up to. Going to tell you a wee bit about what's happening today, because today is a bank holiday for VE Day, so I'm going to tell you a bit about that. And we're going to also figure out where I am, because clearly I'm not in my dining room today. So, where might I be? So, I'm not in my office, but I'm in somebody's office. It's 25 past 11. There's a crucifix. Do not disturb. Desk, computer. So, let's see if we can find out where we are. So let's go on a little tour. Let's see if we have any clues. Let's see. Right. Oh, Mrs. Little, head teacher. Okay. Office.
And what's his name?
Oh. I recognise that face. This is assembly. Just recording assembly for tomorrow. Do you want to say hi to the kids?
Hi, kids!
There we go. Right, we're going on a wee tour. Has anyone figured out where we actually are yet? Because I've not told you. Oh, that's a funny word. Right, okay, let's see.
Can you say that funny word?
No, I can't say that funny word, no. Right, and who do I have in here? Library. Hi guys, give us all a wave. It's assembly. Okay, yep, Oh, there's Summer coming charging through, giving us all a wave. Figured out where we are yet. We're now going down the corridor. I'm going to go backwards, which maybe isn't very sensible. But down here is the dining hall. You are now in the hub. This is where all the kids are coming during lockdown to do some learning. We've got an outdoor space. Okay, and then we'll go down to the canteen. So I'm just going to reverse the camera to let you see it. So there's the canteen. This is where everyone comes for the lunch. And look, we're so organised with our social distancing. Look, every table has a message on it. Due to coronavirus, only 2 chairs at each table. So we're taking it very, very seriously here. Okay, so these are the main bits of the hub. Right. I'll see you back in Mrs. Little's office. Okay. So I'm now back in Mrs. Little's office, and I'm hoping that she doesn't know that I'm here. Well, she does know actually, because she's in the office next door. But I've got some jokes to tell you. Some of them have just been coming in this morning, and some of them are absolutely brilliant. Again, I'm working between 2 tablets, and I've also got the computer there as well. So, first joke today comes from Cameron McGregor in P1T. Now, his mum sent me a message that he'd been learning coding and things, but he said, I've got a joke to tell Miss Bally to share at assembly. So, his joke is, what dog doesn't like to bark? A hot dog, of course. Then, we also have Niamh Tolan in P6M. Her joke is, where do fish keep their money? In the riverbank. Also, Josh Brown, he's in P6 as well. His joke today is, why is Mickey Mouse's helicopter broken? Because it doesn't land. That's just reminded me of a joke. What's the difference between Bing Crosby and Walt Disney? Bing sings Walt Disney. I really shouldn't laugh at my own jokes. It's not good, is it? Anyway, Murdo McGill in P3C. His mum messaged me and said, Murdo doesn't have a joke, but he wants everyone to know that he's been learning sign language. So that's absolutely brilliant. Well done. Darcy Hart, I also got a message from Darcy's parents to say that there was actually an article in the Evening Telegraph a few weeks ago about Darcy and her mum collecting rubbish from the streets around about where they live during lockdown. So well done to Darcy and her mum. We need more people to combat litter. So good job. Also, I got a message from Max Abbott in P3C. His mum says that Max has been doing lots of baking. And he's also got a new puppy. And that new puppy is called Ollie. So congratulations on your new puppy. And I want to see some photos of what you've been baking. Also, I would like to say that yesterday, myself, Mr. J, Miss Sivright, Mr. Silva, Mrs. Clark, we all had an online chat with the Primary 7s via Teams, and it was absolutely brilliant, really, really good. So we're going to be starting to do that an awful lot more. So Primary 7, it was really good to catch up with you. It was great, actually. And another bit of news, Max isn't the only one who's got a new puppy recently. Yep. No, not me. No, Poppy would claw its nose to bits and things. No, Miss Gordon has just got herself a little puppy, and it absolutely looks like the Andrex puppy. It's adorable, golden lab, and it's called Maddox. And haven't met it yet because obviously lockdown. We've got to make sure that we're staying away and we're keeping each other safe, because remember, that's what we spoke about last week, keeping each other safe, making sure that we're washing hands, we're keeping distance, we're wearing face masks if we're in the shops and we're finding it hard to distance. But yeah, Maddox is absolutely adorable. So that's just a few bits of news and a couple of jokes. Now, today, last week I spoke about keeping safe and such like. Today is actually a really, really important day. Normally in May we have a bank holiday and it's usually on the Monday, but the bank holiday this year has been moved to today, Friday. And the reason for that is because today, the 8th of May, marks 75 years since the end of World War II. Now, 75 years, that is a long, long time. So what happened 75 years ago on the 8th of May? Well, that would be 1945. So on the 8th of May, 1945, it was a hugely emotional day for millions and millions of people worldwide, but particularly in Britain. It's the day that they've been waiting for. People were really, really happy that the fighting had stopped, and there were big celebrations and street parties. Now, had we not been in lockdown, that's the sort of thing that would have been happening here. We would have been having big parties, maybe Union Jack bunting and such like, because it was a huge thing, the end of World War II. But there was huge crowds gathered on the 8th of May 1945. Lots of people dressed in red, white and blue, the colours of the Union Jack, and they gathered outside Buckingham Palace in London. They cheered as King George VI and his family, which included our present Queen, she was Princess Elizabeth at the time, and her sister Princess Margaret. They came out onto the balcony of Buckingham Palace to greet everyone and wish them well at this amazing event that was happening at the end of World War II. And the Queen went on in later years to describe it as one of the most memorable nights of her life. And many people attended church to thank God for the end of it. St Paul's Cathedral in London was packed that night. It was filled with thousands and thousands of people. But it was also a moment of great sadness and a time for looking back on what was almost 6 years of war with Germany, because millions of people had lost loved ones. Dads, brothers, uncles, granddads had gone away to war, and unfortunately some of them didn't come back. But it did mark the end of World War II throughout Europe and Germany. But it didn't mark the complete end of World War. This was the part in Europe. So VE stands for Victory in Europe. Because the World War continued in different places around the world. Places like Japan and such like. But on Victory in Europe Day, Winston Churchill said, "We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing, but let us not forget for a moment the toil and efforts that lie ahead. Because life after the war was really, really difficult. People couldn't get food. People couldn't go the places that they wanted to go. People didn't have an awful lot of money. In fact, in a lot of ways, it's quite similar to what we're facing at the moment. So, even after the 8th of May, there was many soldiers, sailors and pilots. They were sent out to Japan to fight out there because Japan hadn't yet surrendered. So when victory in Europe and the war with Germany in Europe was over. Victory in Japan came later in 1945. That was on the 14th of August, after there were 2 bombs dropped on Japanese cities. And on the 15th of August, Japan said, chaps, we're beaten. So that became known as VJ Day. So 8th of May is VE Day. VJ Day is in the 15th of April. So that is why today, 75 years on, this is a huge, huge celebration. So there might not be that an amount of people doing things in terms of street parties and that, but I'm sure there'll be lots of things on the television about the end of World War II and VE Day, because it was a huge, huge landmark. And Winston Churchill at the time led the country along with King George VI in rejoicing at the end of World War II in 1945. So that was a wee bit of history. So no stories of Egbert and Egbert today. Egbert, I would like to say, I couldn't manage to stick him together again. His shell was too badly broken. So made a lovely omelette though, because we can't waste it, not in the current situation. But Egbert, he is still currently smiling in my fridge. I actually don't want to use him. I feel a wee bit sad at having to cook Egbert. So, moving on to our shout outs. We have, wait till I get these open. I've got lots of shout outs. I did have to say to the staff, could we please just have one shout out per class? Because last week I felt as if I was reading a register at one point. There are a couple of folk that have maybe, couple of classes that have got two shout outs. So I started with primary 1 last week, so I'm going to start with primary 7 this week. So primary 7S, that's my class, and Miss Sivright, Mrs. Clark and Mr. Johnson. We all decided that our shout out goes to James Laurie, because he's done really, really well with his learning tasks this week and also sharing what he's been doing on Teams. So fantastic, James, well done. A round of applause for James. Okay, for primary 7DS, we've actually got 2. I blame Mrs. Fimster, she sneaked it in when I wasn't looking. So we've got Caitlin McCallum for fantastic effort with her maths, and we've also got Louis Ritchie because he actually taught Mrs. Fimster how to play chess this morning. I do have to say a get well message to Louis though, because we actually had to send him home today because he wasn't feeling very well. So I hope you're feeling better, Louis. And big round of applause for Caitlin and Louis. Well done. Absolutely brilliant. Fabulous. Primary 6M, their shout out goes to Mariana, because Mariana has got a fantastic attitude to learning at home. But you know what? Mariana has a fantastic attitude to learning anytime. So, Mariana, well done. Really, really pleased. Then primary 6B, Kiva Strachan, you get the shout out from primary 6B today. And that is for helping to make the dinner and also trying different activities from the learning grid. Not always online not always online, because the teachers try to give you a mix of things. It doesn't always need a computer to do them. So, well done to Kiva and well done to Mariana. Absolutely brilliant. Then in primary 5H, Sky Miller has done really well with the tasks that Mrs. Hill has set, but she has said that it's been very difficult to be only allowed 1 because there's so many children in primary 5H are doing well. So well done primary 5H and well done to Sky. Absolutely brilliant. Primary 5C, it goes to Victoria Schramm for working hard and helping to make the tea. Lots of folk are learning how to cook. This is amazing. And Mrs. Clark has said that the photos had made her hungry. So I haven't seen these, but they must have been really good because I know what Mrs. Clark's like. So well done to Victoria and to Skye. Well done, Primary 5. On to Primary 4, Primary 4D first of all. Cleo Morris, for fantastic effort with her reading recently. She has read an amazing 52 books since the school has closed. So Cleo, absolutely amazing. 52 books, that is brilliant. Well done. Really good. What target are you going to set yourself next though? Then we have Jack Menzies in Primary 4B for showing great commitment and responsibility for his learning while he's at home. So well done to Jack, well done to Cleo. So big round of applause for Primary 4s. Primary 3S, Zara McAllister. Shout out to Zara for making some awesome face masks to go with her school uniform. I am intrigued. Zara, I can't wait to see these. Sounds amazing. So, well done, Zara, says Miss Scott, and so do I. Then in Primary 3C, we have 2. Now, it's hard to separate them because they are twins. So, Daniel and Casper have done really, really well on Sumdog and on Study Ladder and been learning lots of skills with the family because they have been helping to build a tree house. How amazing is that? Photos. I want photos. I would love a treehouse in my garden. So, boys, you can teach me how to build a treehouse. Between your knowledge and my skills and the skills that you've learned, fabulous. So, to Daniel, Casper and Zara, well done. Big, big clap. I hope you're all clapping at home, by the way. Anyway, on to Primary 2W. We have Kevin Howie, and that is because he's been working hard on his money skills at home. Kevin has been buying food in a home takeaway, and he's been paying for his ticket in his home cinema. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. So good to hear that, Kevin. I think Mum's maybe been using her imagination a little bit, but that is brilliant. Well done. Really good. In Primary 2E, we've also got a shout out to Cade Brown because he settled really well into the hub this week and making his own 100 square without any help. So well done, Cade. Really, really good. So Kevin and Cade, big round of applause for you. Absolutely brilliant. So on to Primary 1. Primary 1G, Calvin Howie, for not giving up on his tasks and keeping on trying and having fun while he's doing it, which is absolutely important. We've got to have so much fun at this time. And also Primary 1T, Missy McMahon, for learning about the 5 senses, doing a tasting experiment where she identified different foods and described the taste. So we've got science going on as well. So we've got science, we've got home economics, which is making things. We've got technology going on because there's people building tree houses. We've got maths. We've got spelling. We've got arts and crafts. Oh, I wonder if anyone could do any music next week. Because when I was speaking to Mrs. Clark on Teams yesterday, Mrs. Clark said that we should be doing some singing because it is assembly. That means I have to sing on my own. No, that's not happening. But we have a plan. Watch this space. So, I forgot to give a clap to Missy and to Calvin. So, well done to Missy and to Calvin. But well done to everyone who got a shout out this week. There'll be shout outs again next week. And again, send me any information, send me jokes, anything that you want me to speak about here at Assembly, and I will share it with everyone so as they can see it. Enjoy Victory in Europe Day, whatever it is you're doing. Remember what we spoke about last week. Don't be an egg burp. Stay safe. 2 meters. Make sure that you're using your hand gel, making sure that your hands are clean, using your face masks if you're using one, and be kind to each other. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you next week from who knows where. Bye, guys.